Hello, and welcome to the Lower Providence Township Building. This evening's program will be exciting. It'll be in two parts, and I will be serving as your moderator this evening. My name is Mike Smith. I have been a resident in Montgomery County for over 25 years in the same house with the same wife. And I do not represent any person or party, and I have met some of you on one occasion. I have a speech coaching practice where I help folks like yourself or the audience to prepare your message and deliver your message. But enough about you. Let's talk more about me. We want to make this fun for the audience as well as the candidates. It's really a time to meet and greet and let your questions be answered. We thank in advance the Lower Township Providence Center for providing this facility. It's a beautiful facility. And we also thank the Lower Providence Citizens Association for putting this event together. They are a 501c3, nonpartisan, and nonprofit organization. Their mission is to be a voice for the group with the same name, to safeguard the interests of the residents, and to protect the health, safety, and welfare of all. I think that's a great mission statement. Historically, they believe it was founded in 1974 by the following people: Ronald Pook, Norman Weinberg, and Thomas O'Leary. So let's get on with the program. Because we are being videotaped and rebroadcast, and we'll announce later when that will happen, there's a couple rules. One, if you need to go to the restroom, don't wave your hand. Just get up and leave by this side entrance. When we ask for questions from the audience, if you will raise your hand, we will have a volunteer pick it up at your seat and return it to this auspicious table up here. And we thank these folks for fielding the questions. And to keep us on track, I want to thank in advance Tom Dakota on the end, our timekeeper. And Ted Baird, are you in the audience? Somewhere. He must be. Okay. I want to thank Ted particularly for the extra effort he's put into organizing this event and pulling the details together. Two more rules of the road. If you have a cell phone or smartphone, right on cue. Take the call, Mr. President. If your phone, that was not a plant, but that was wonderful timing. If your cell phone goes off and I hear it, you may now walk up and provide your $1,000 contribution to a charity of my choice. So I suggest you might want to silence or at least put them on buzz and keep your cell phone down. I mentioned the restroom, so we're okay. I want to thank the audience. Without the audience, there would not be a reason to hold this event. And the participants, both on the board and supervisors, for your involvement. And our volunteers to field questions. Could I see who they are? We have a, okay. So we have drawn straws to determine the order to present. It'll go like this. Each candidate for each group, meaning supervisors first, board members second, will have 3 minutes to do an opening comment. We'll leave it up to your discretion. Tell us a little bit about yourself, why you seek this position, and why we should like you. So 3 minutes. Our timekeeper, Tom, if I can direct your attention over here, when it's down to 1 minute, he will hold up a card that says 1 minute remaining. That's time remaining. When the candidate is down to 30 seconds, Tom will. We got the right people, don't we? When he lays the card down, you're out of time, and I would respect that you respect the audience so that we stop talking in the middle of a sentence and move on. You will have time at the end, 1 minute, to do a summary comment based on your experiences this evening and any thoughts that you might have that you didn't get out. Be sure to capture those and save them for 1 minute. Yes, sir. Oh, questions. Okay, thank you. And we need our volunteer to pick up questions over here. So, without further ado, unless anyone has any other points, we're going to announce the order. And we're going to start with Jason Sorgini. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Jason.
Thank you, Mike. Good evening. I'm honored to be with you tonight as a candidate for Lower Providence Township Supervisor. I'm grateful to the members of the Lower Providence Concerned Citizens Group for sponsoring this event, and to the members of the current Board of Supervisors for recognizing the importance of an open forum such as this and the many benefits of rebroadcasting the proceedings to the people of Lower Providence who could not be with us tonight. I would also like to extend my gratitude to my opponent, Mr. Kelvin Carolina, for sharing the stage with me tonight. Casey and I may not always agree on what's best for Lower Providence, but our combined presence here is a testament to our commitment to open and transparent government. It is not easy for a candidate to appear in a venue such as this, in a form and manner where he or she may be at their most vulnerable. The mere thought of it may cause anxiety to the extent that a lesser committed candidate might choose not to be here. To that end, I am disappointed that our remaining two opponents chose not to join us tonight. A Meet the Candidates Forum serves as a hallmark of an open and democratic system and provides the citizens an opportunity to see us for who we truly are and for what we truly stand. I'm convinced that this election for supervisor can be summed up in two important issues: leadership and integrity. Who amongst the four candidates has demonstrated the leadership in this community that best meets the demands of honest governance, and who amongst the candidates has led a public and professional life with the integrity expected of those elected to govern in the best interest of all of our citizens? I sit here before you this evening as that candidate. I have served and led people across the Lower Providence community for many years and in many capacities. I am the candidate you know because I both live and work here in Lower Providence. My wife Elizabeth and I are raising our three sons in this fabulous township, and we consider ourselves blessed to reap the benefits of the many services provided by our local government, including being protected by our fantastic police force, borrowing books from and attending events at our fantastic library, and enjoying time together as a family in our parks. As a supervisor, I will work tirelessly to ensure that our residents continue to benefit from these many wonderful services while also limiting the tax burden that is placed on our citizens. In my professional career, I have balanced the needs of serving constituents and stakeholders while also managing personnel, maintaining a school building budget, and making executive decisions about the day-to-day operation of our facility. Though I have served my community as a volunteer and led many as an administrator, I am an outsider to government. I bring the vision and real-world, real-life experience of leadership that is the most important prerequisite you should look for in a supervisor. As the candidate you know, the citizens of Lower Providence have observed that I have lived and continue to live a life of honest integrity. Living and working in this community has provided me a great many opportunities to meet so many of our Lower Providence citizens. Though leadership often means making difficult decisions, those who know me know that I have always done so in an effort to serve the greater good and to do what is right, even when that is a difficult thing to do. That is why I'm a candidate for supervisor. Lower Providence government must commit itself to serving the needs of all citizens throughout our township, not just the interest of those with the most money and the most influence. As a public servant in all aspects of my life, I am the candidate of integrity, the candidate you know. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jason. And thank you to the audience. When you feel so moved, please give them recognition, but realize that it will take time from their comments. So judge yourself accordingly. KC, your opening comment, please. 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and friends of our Lower Providence community. My name is Kelvin KC Carolina. KC is my initials, and I am called KC because most of my friends do so. So I would like to think of you all as a friend of mine. I come to the table as a candidate for various reasons. One, I'm bringing the experience of having private industry and governmental experience in terms of economic development, job creation, public service in the form of community benefits. I have spent years volunteering within this community for the last 6, 7 years. I've lived here for 17 years, and my wife and I, we raised our son, and we moved to the township and the county because of the quality of life and the education. So Lower Providence Township has been our home for the last 17 years. I'm looking forward to continuing to serve in a more professional level as being your supervisor, because I believe there's a need to have more balance brought to the the table of being in government. A lot of times you have people that come on board and they have limited experience, and I bring in a good 37 years of corporate experience, governmental finance experience, commercial business experience. And I think that's important because we're growing. We've added about 15,000 or so residents in the last 10 years. And it's important that we maintain the balance of the growth, protect our open land, our public sources, our parks, and make sure that we can protect ourselves so that we do not have additional taxes that are borne to the residents in the form of taxing the roads and highways or putting tolls on the roads and highways, keeping our parks free of additional fees. When you want to take your children to the park or take your animals to the park, we shouldn't have to pay a fee. And there's been some rumors and talk about the possibility of putting fees on these parklands. So it's important to me to bring that balance. It's also important to have a position where we can help to protect the environment from environmental polluters. From time to time, I've attended supervisor meetings, and we know that there's some groundwater contamination in the area, and we need to have a strong force of supervisors that will fight to make sure that the people or customers or clients that are polluting our area and our water can be fined and, if necessary, be put out of business. It's important for you all to stand up and support our supervisors so that we can support you because, one, I'm looking forward to being a resident and a supervisor to represent you all, not a special interest group, no special contingency, no corporate special interest groups. It's important for us all to be a part, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to serve. I have a long history of serving. I've been serving my community for a good 24 years, and I'm looking forward to continuing to serving in the area of being your supervisor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John.